Hi everybody, welcome back to Dress to Quest. I'm Nathan and I'm the DM here, and we are an actual play live stream playing D&D in the Ghosts of Saltmarsh setting. And we're a group with emphasis on cosplay. We all dress in costume to represent our characters and all that. I'm playing all the various NPCs, even though I look like Spooky Man. But hey, that's what I decided on very early on. With that, let's jump over to some player intros. You'll notice tonight we're missing one player. Unfortunately, something came up very last minute for Space, and Space was unable to make it tonight. And on that note, tonight is going to be a slightly shorter show because Space can't be here with us tonight. We're gonna play up until a point, and then I'll probably call it, and we're gonna sign off early. We're getting real close to the finale of the campaign and the finale of the season here. We're planning on doing the finale next week, so please tune in if you want to see how this all ends. But with that, let's do some quick player intros, starting with Torrance.
Hey everybody, I'm Torrance, or Roland Silstein. I am a high elf bard. It's been a rough couple of days for her with her new party and companions, but we're gonna try and make it through.
Awesome. Next up, we have Eric.
Hey guys, Eric Wahlberg. I'm playing Volric the Grey. He's a 7th level Rune Knight, 3rd level College of Swords Bard, and he's about to jump out of this apparatus of Qualish and do a Captain America style dive towards the big bad.
Awesome. And next up we have, last but not least, Chris.
Hi everyone, I'm Chris. I play Ayize Marley, 10th level human Termitian wizard, College of Scribes, and I'm not going to jump and follow Volric. I will follow Volric, but
I'm just probably gonna end up Iron Manning it and be like, I guess this is what we're doing.
Awesome.
I love you guys know the MCU so well.
All right, well, awesome. With that, let's do a quick recap and then jump right into this. So, last we left off, our heroes were deep, deep, deep under the ocean. Let's see here. So, last we left off, our heroes had dove down deep into an abyssal trench and found themselves at the apparatus of Qualish, where there were a group of Thayans trapped within. One of which was the temptress to Ayize, Captain Zendros, a tiefling woman who turned out to be a Thayan, who double-crossed Ayize way back when, stealing his pet lobster and going after the apparatus of Qualish without him. But you arrived and found these Thayans trapped within the apparatus, being harried by a sea serpent deep in this abyssal trench, but you managed to dispatch the sea serpent and rescue the Thayans. Upon entering the apparatus, you found yourself confronted by 3 Thayans. You found Zendros, a bugbear, and a human druid, and this druid revealed that she felt some sort of presence deep within the ocean that the Thayans have been tracking, and she believes it is an awakening kraken, perhaps a kraken being corrupted by the demonic powers of Tharizdun. And with this looming on the horizon, she feels it's very important to get down to the bottom of this trench and stop it. With your new tentative allies in tow, Ayize, you were able to figure out how to turn on the apparatus and get it going. And you dove deep down to the bottom of this trench to find yourself in front of a strange, ruined city sprawled out under the ocean at the bottom of this trench. It consisted of odd, organic, dome-like structures made of cooled magma, covered in bioluminescent flora, surrounded by volcanic vents bubbling up boiling water all throughout the space. And as Ayize went ahead with his arcane eye to scout out the city, he discovered that the city was, albeit in ruins, was populated by many undersea denizens similar ones you've seen before, these corrupted humanoid figures, these strange squid-like creatures, some of those large lobster monsters you encountered before, the chul. All of these denizens scurrying about the ruins, going about doing something. And at the center of it all was this odd ziggurat that was pulsing corrupted magic and was being protected by some of these underwater denizens. Aize, sending your probe within, you saw that inside there was a pit in the center of a council chamber, and radiating out from that pit was this bluish green tendrils of corrupt magic, and there seemed to be runes inscribed all around the pit that were tracing out the symbol of Tharizdun. And this pit went down, down, down into darkness, and at the very bottom was like a sliver of a crack of blue-green light, as if there was a tear in space. And you heard strange singing and a familiar high-pitched gentle laugh drifting through the chamber, and you saw a amalgamation of slime, black goo, mouths, eyeballs looming over the pit, singing some sort of gentle song down into the darkness. Unsure of how to approach this, you used your new allies, and they created a distraction elsewhere in the city, drawing many of the guards away from the ziggurat as you all drifted above in the apparatus. Floating above the ziggurat in the apparatus of Qualish, Aize, you set it down on top of the roof, and you all gently glided out. So, Volric, we could retcon it, but I don't... It sounds like
Yes.
if you want to Captain America slam out of the apparatus. But where we had left off, we can, of course, backpedal if we need to, but you had all drifted down the side of the ziggurat and found yourselves at the entrance to the ziggurat, unprotected, unguarded, and within you saw a hall extending out into that council chamber, the hallway itself almost like a strange esophagus, and inside that council chamber you heard the soft singing and cackle of a familiar voice, which Aize and Aspen recognized to be the voice of Skolthka, the aboleth that was supposed to be dead. So, with all of that, let's go to the players here, and so you all find yourselves here at the entrance to this ziggurat. There's probably about 50 feet or so of hall, like kind of foyer into this big grand structure, and then another archway, and on the other side of that archway is this large circular chamber where the light is emanating out of, and the goo monster is squirming there above the pit, gently singing down into the darkness.
So I believe our plan, now that we have the distraction, was to take one of those entrances up top
Okay.
and report it, correct?
So up top, as in, because there's essentially there are 4 entrances, north, south, east, west. It appears that most of the guards went towards the western entrance. The 2 that are least guarded would either be the northern entrance or the southern entrance. I'm kind of assuming, I mean, you could go either entrance, but I was assuming you kind of drifted down to the southern entrance. And all of these entrances are essentially at ground level. There was no, like, upper ways inside.
Okay,
Unless you were to squeeze through a crack that's only about a foot wide. If you have some way of making yourself into jelly or water, then sure, but...
I can, but my character can't.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that makes sense. I know you could do that, Eric.
So
Alright,
the
so-
distraction is on the west gate?
Yeah, on the west gate, and most of the guards went in that direction.
Alright, then wouldn't it make the most sense for us to come in from the east?
Sure,
Yes.
if you want to do that.
That would be the least likely to have guards.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And so what is our plan?
I'll go first. You stay at a distance.
I will send Charybdis with you. And you and Cherry will take point. We very quickly kill anyone in the corridor. And get on Skothka too. Or that giggling idiot. Not an idiot, but I just call him that because he killed me. And try to take him out as quickly as possible. I suggest Roland, you help Volric and Charybdis. Scotica's very fast, and
Luke and I seem to handle ourselves pretty well together. I think I'll be sticking close by just in case he tries to pull another well,
murder, death, kill. Yes.
sure. That's sure. Sure.
Aspen, Devil Child. How about you and I? Here's the thing: you make enough noise, that thing's gonna attract whatever guards are around. So we should try to handle the guards if we're not helping Volric.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Sausage
He's
dog.
gonna slap me. He's
I'm
gonna-
sorry, I couldn't hear you. Could you say that again, please?
I'm having a really hard time. It's like something stuck in your throat there, dear.
He said, "Yeah, I don't know what you fools want to do. All right, we'll do this." So yeah, she'll follow. I turn to her and say, when we get in the thick of it, we could use a blessing. And she nods her head.
Okay.
And so we'll all go down. How far behind us? So there'll be Cherry and I and Duthane somewhat behind us, so she can get
Sure.
back up.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna suggest Duthane. You can be our, I don't know what. Yeah, you can be our floater, so to speak.
So I do need her to be within, I think it's 30 feet, because she has that ability that can give me advantage on attacks.
Oh, all right, because
Yes,
that's what this is gonna do.
I would prefer to be up front with Volric. I can aid him in his fight.
All right.
I'm staying as close to Volric as being in the middle of the pack will allow me.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and I guess my question is like, are you charging through the front door into this chamber or approaching it in a different way? I guess are you being quiet or not quiet?
I think speed is more essential.
Okay.
And
Perfect.
any attempt at stealth, we're going to fail.
Okay. Yeah. So Volric, Duthine, and Cherry. I'm assuming Cherry kind of at the front are going to barrel in as quickly as possible into the chamber, and Roland, you kind of hanging back a little ways from them. Call it 15 feet behind them.
I'm kind of trying to put myself in the middle of everyone.
Okay. And Yize and Aspen. Yeah.
All right. This creep pulled a trap on us last time we jumped in, and the ground opened up and a bunch of lobster monsters came out. Now, I did scope this place with an arcane eye very carefully before we go in.
Yes.
I did not spot any of that nonsense in here, did I?
You got a 28, so no, you didn't. There was just the guards sort of patrolling the perimeter and on the front entranceway.
Just checking.
Yeah.
And we will be swimming, so we're not going to fall into any pits.
No, it's not. That just opens up and then tentacles, you know?
Right, like any kind of trap, yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so, all right. Yeah, so as you devise this plan just before entering, kind of just outside of this long extended hall, outside of this massive archway, all of the architecture here is just kind of twisted, cooled magma, all in these strange organic shapes. And as Cherry, Volric, and Duthine peel around the corner and start going with full speed towards the gentle singing that is coming from that great hall, the first thing you spot as you come barreling through, yeah, so the first thing you see is that light emanating through the archway. And as you push into this council hall, Volric, with Cherry in front of you, you hear that gentle singing come to a stop as you enter the room.
If I can very slightly retcon that, right before we go in the room,
Yeah.
I would like to grow using my Giant's Might.
Sure.
And
Okay.
I'd like to have Aspen cast Blessed on Duthane and actually, yeah, Duthane and myself and Cherry.
Duthine, yourself, and Cherry. Okay, so 3 of you are blessed by Aspen. Yeah, anybody else want to do any preparatory spells? Is this as you're barreling into this room?
Mirror image on myself.
Mirror image, okay. Is that concentration spell?
Nope.
Okay, cool. But Aspen is concentrating on bless. Anybody else want to do any prep spells as you go barreling into this room?
Yeah, we're gonna do enhance ability at 3rd level, meaning I can get me, Volric, and Aize. And this time we're doing Cat's Grace. You're gonna get advantage on dexterity checks.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and roll those 2d6 temporary hitties.
Nice.
Oh, we get hit points as well.
Oh yeah. 6.
6. All right. And keep in mind, so you are concentrating on that spell. So if you do cast any other concentration spells, it will drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So as you're all rushing down this hallway, you, Roland, release your magic. It cascades over the group. All of you feel your senses kind of heighten. Volric, you feel like your reflex is increasing. Everything is kind of slowed down ever so slightly. And just before you go in, Volric, you grow to just size large, Volric, or are you doing the double thing where you?
Yeah, I'm not casting enlarge just yet.
Awesome. So as you grow just before entering this chamber, you all, as you're approaching this archway, you all are starting to pick up on sounds coming through this space. There is the sound of that gentle singing in that strange language. There is the sound of other denizens sort of deeper within this structure. You hear kind of strange clicks and almost whale-like sounds and strange eerie noises of creatures within this chamber kind of echoing throughout this space. You hear kind of like a and as you peel into this council chamber, all of the 3 of so I guess it's just Volric really who sees this at first. I use that you've seen this before. Volric, you swim into this circular chamber that is essentially a bowl. And if you can imagine steps going down in circles, concentric circles going all the way down to the center. And at the center, there is this pit with this energy spilling out, this blue-green energy, and these tendrils kind of... And you see all these runes carved around the pit. The pit itself is very organic and almost like a rift, like an earthquake tore open the ground itself, and you can see kind of rubble strewn about. There is detritus all throughout this chamber. Everything looks old and worn, like it's been here for centuries, and it's been here for so long that some of those volcanic vents have actually regrown up through the floor of this chamber, and you can see there are some of these spiraling vents poking up through the ruined floor, ejecting bubbles, boiling water into the space. Off to your right, to the northern end of the chamber, there is this glowing patch of what almost look like sea sponges, but you on top of like a stone slab, like a table. The table itself is a very strange design with all sorts of like carvings throughout it, and there seems to be almost these like tendril anemone-like tentacles sort of sprouting from the table that are just gently undulating in the kind of subtle currents in this room. And then at the center where you hear that singing, which abruptly comes to a stop as you enter the chamber, you see the slick, black, amorphous form of this goo monster with multiple eyes and mouths that all stop at once. All the eyes peel around and look in your direction, Volric, as you come spilling into the room. And this voice comes burbling through, more in your mind than in the room. It seems to be sourceless. as you hear the voice sort of spilling into the room. Hello. It was a shame I didn't get to meet you last time. I suspect your friends aren't far behind. Do send Aize and Aspen my warmest regards. As the voice spills into your mind, this goo monster sort of bubbles and lurches forward to sort of get into position to be in front of you, still at the edge of this pit. Do you react in any way, Volric?
Yeah. So you're Skopka, huh? You've seen better days. But when I'm done with you, this will look like a good day.
Oh, today is quite a good day, but quiet now. You don't want to wake the child. As the goo monster sort of burbles up one of the steps, kind of undulating slightly closer to you.
I'm ready.
Okay, we're gonna roll initiative. Is that what I'm gathering here? Are you just standing there at the ready? Are you gonna do anything?
Ready to party.
Ready to party. Okay. Yeah, you see the goo monster starting to tense like it's going to be casting a spell, and let's everybody roll initiative because everybody is on edge here. And I'm gonna send you over to the map. Hopefully you all can see.
Second roll is Aspen. So I got a 17.1 for Volric and good, nat 20 for Aspen.
And that's a 15. That's a 20 for me, but Aspen will go first.
Okay, sorry, just a moment. Everybody hold your initiatives in your head if they didn't add automatically, and I will get to you in just a moment.
You can click on our character icons. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like I cannot click on Aspen, by the way.
Oh, yeah, let me give you control of Aspen. And my thing has been so slow whenever I do this. Come on. This is a fun new bug that has been happening where when I open a token, everything just comes to a screeching halt. Don't know why.
Because we're playing a live game, that's why.
Exactly. Okay, you should have control of Aspen's token now.
I will go ahead and move her up. She can move how far?
It should be on her character sheet, so I'm not sure.
For the water?
Remember, your movement speeds are normal because of the potion that Duthian gave you.
Ah, perfect. Okay, she moves 30. Alrighty. Let's check out this.
All right, I got Aize on there, but I did not get. Sorry. Before you move Aspen, Volric, I believe it was said that Aspen was going to be back with Aize, or did I misunderstand that?
Well, that's where she is. She's with these. She's right there. Yeah, she's.
She
right
could
next
be
to
up with Roland. If you want to put her next to Roland, like in the middle, that's fine.
That's okay. I was going to move her up, and then anticipating everyone else is going to shift up, so she'll be behind.
All right. So, Roland, what was your initiative?
I also got a 20, but I'll go after Aspen since hers was natural.
Got it. And Aspen got a natural 20. Is that just a 20 then for Aspen?
23.14.
23.14.
I have a 17.
Is it okay if I move up a bit?
Yeah, go for it. Y'all, you can go ahead and move up a bit, and Aspen can move up with Aize.
Just because I need to be within 70 feet of Cherry.
Understood, yeah. There we go. Okay. And Volric, what did you get?
17.1.
17. Let me see if I got it right. Aize, Duthine, Roland, Aspen, Volric, and that's everybody, I think. I'm like still in my head. I'm like, oh, but there's gonna be 5 players. Okay.
Right.
So, as you stand there at the ready, pulling your sword up, Volric, the voice of Skolthka now entering all of your minds. Welcome to the birth. And we will kick things off with Aspen going first.
Okay. She's going to fire off a chromatic orb at second level. Get this kicked off. So, yeah.
Gonna fire a chromatic orb. Okay, cool. Oh, and sorry, you wanted Aspen to be up with Aize, right?
You'll be side by side with him.
Okay, cool. What's the range on chromatic orb?
It's 90 feet.
90 feet. Okay, yep. Within range.
All right. So add. It could be. This will be thunder damage. And then roll. So it'll be, how many dice is this here? Third level. It's an extra. This is second level. Look through 3d8. I apologize. No, I need to make my screen bigger.
That's okay. I do not have her character sheet open at the moment. I can open it though if you need a little.
Yeah, I'm looking. Okay, you hurl a 4-inch diameter sphere of energy at a creature you can see within range. Choose acid, cold, lightning, poison, thunder, and a damage. What I'm trying to find is a base damage.
This is K. What is this?
This is chromatic orb.
Chromatic orb. Okay, let me look it up. Chromatic orb.
No, I'm just gonna roll it, and then it's gonna be at second level. So let me try this.
It's 3d8 damage if it hits, and then you add a d8 for each level above second.
Perfect. Okay.
And you're doing thunder damage.
That's gonna be a second level spell.
Okay, so go ahead and roll to hit first. Oh, that's a natural 20. Nice.
There we go. Nice start, Aspen. Wow.
Woo! So that's 23 points of thunder damage, plus an additional d8, or did it roll 4d8?
No, it was 3d8. It's 3d8 plus 3d8, right? Because it's doubled.
Okay, so roll. Go ahead and roll another d8 and double that number, and that.
Oh no! It already included it. What's the base damage? Is how many, sir?
The base damage is 3d8, and you can cast it at second level, right?
Heck yeah. Okay. Two
So,
more d8.
Okay, so 2 more damage. So. Oh no! Wait, that's a d6. Roll a d8.
Huh. I was just teasing you guys.
Just kidding.
Oh wow!
16.
Okay, so the first one was 23 damage, and the next one is 16 damage. Wow, so as Aspen hurls this orb, it goes whizzing past all of you with this kind of pulsing energy and slams into the side of Skolthka with a which reverberates throughout the chamber, and Skolthka's form kind of bursts open in like a bubble almost, and then collapses back in on itself to reform. There is a bit of a screech that emanates from this creature. Anything else for Aspen?
That is her turn. Oh wait, does she have more movement left? She does. Yeah, she's gonna pull the old goblin trick.
The old goblin trick?
Right there.
Ah, okay. Ducking out of the way.
Oh, this is a wall right here, right? This.
Whatever you see is what you see. Yes, that is a wall.
But it's not a stair; it's a wall. Okay, yeah. So she's on the other side of the wall. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I should have dynamic lighting on, so it hopefully is clear what's walls and what isn't. Okay. Taking us to Roland. You are up.
Okay. Roland's gonna look at Skolthka and say, well, I wasn't invited to this baby shower, and I definitely didn't bring a gift, and needless to say, the apocalypse doesn't warrant them either. And just cocks that crossbow and fires off a firecracker of a bolt.
Nice, okay. Coasting through the water towards Skolthka. Go ahead and roll to hit.
$15.
Yep, that hits.
Fantastic. Oh, we're going to
Pew, pew, pew.
Gonna be 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay, nice. Is your crossbow bolt is magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so sinks into it with some sparkles and deals a bit of damage. Anything else for you, Roland?
No. We're gonna hang out right here till we gotta hustle.
Okay. Taking us to Duthine. Duthine is going to get a bit closer, so she's gonna go swimming out into the room. Kind of off to the side. Let me see here. That's within 30 feet. Yeah, cool. So she guys swims off to the side, calling out to Skulthka. She cries out, "Over here, you ugly piece of..." and raises the crossbow and is going to fire it. So she's going to use her help action as part of her sidekick ability. She's going to do coordinated strike. She can do the help action at up to 30 feet away, and she's going to grant advantage to you, Volric. So only you get advantage on attack rolls from this ability she's doing. And let's see if she hits. Oh yeah, with the 27 she hits. She does not have a magical crossbow, so she only does 9 points, which is reduced to 4 points of piercing damage. Sinking into the goo of Skulthka, and she gets an additional 8 points of her coordinated strike damage, and that all goes through. Alright, that was Duthine. Let me check something here before I go to the next. Huh. Interesting. You know what? Before I apply that damage, she is... Sorry, I'm still learning the abilities of this form of Skulthka. Okay, yeah, because she would have had to get within 30 feet to use that ability, so she's within 30 feet. Skulthka's going to use his reaction to do an ability called Instinctive Charm. As she goes to fire, whispers burble into her mind in this strange voice that is kind of basically willing her to send her aim elsewhere. And you see her kind of struggling. Let's see if she can succeed on this saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. Here we go. And she succeeds. She's able to resist it. Okay, that takes us to Volric. You are up.
All right, cool. Just to be clear from last week, we talked about I don't have 60 movement because I have the plate armor, so
The
we
heavy
decided
armor, right?
30.
30,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm 35 feet away, but when I do a flourish, I get to add 10 feet of movement, so I can still get up. So I'm gonna flourish.
Okay.
And I basically make like a torpedo kind of spiral to get some more momentum, and then as I come out of it, I just thrust my sword just right at the base mass of it.
Nice.
And I'm going to do a defensive flourish here. So should have advantage. Let's make sure I click my boxes here. So flourish. There you go. Okay, and advantage. Come on. Let's get a 20. Come on. With blast 17 to hit.
17, that hits.
Ooh, good. And roll super great. And didn't roll great damage either, but I rolled 12. So I will take the 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage. Nice. So stabbing right into the center of Skulthka. There's a series of the mouths reel out in pain in this strange chorus.
And I have a +1 armor class. I still have the shield out, so I'm not grappling anymore. Then I get a second attack, and for my second act, I'm just going to hit him.
Okay, go for it.
Keep laughing. Oh, come on. There we go. 28. Okay, so ignore. Hold on. Ignore 3 points of it. So instead of 11, that is 8 points because I only get Giant's Might for 1 attack.
8 points. Okay, so 8 points of damage.
So total then is 20 points.
Okay, awesome. Is that it for you, Ulrich?
Sir.
Okay. As you cut across with your second swipe, the body sort of peeling apart and then reforming back together. Skulthka the body seems to retract, and then it bursts outwards, this necrotic ink cloud in a 30-foot cone as a legendary action. So it's going to hit both you and Duthine. I think that Cherry is just out of range. Yeah, so it's just going to hit you and Duthine. Both of you need to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay. Let's do it. 27.
27, yeah, no problem. So you will take half of this damage. So a total of 26 points of damage reduced to 13 points damage for you, Volric. And let's see if Duthine succeeds. Con save. Natural 20, nice. So she also takes only 13 points of necrotic damage as it hits, spraying across all of you. That was Skulthka's legendary action as Skulthka on initiative count 14. Aize and Roland and Aspen, you hear that clicking sound getting louder and the strange sort of like melodic coming both from kind of the north and south, and just out of your line of sight you see some creatures sort of darting down the halls in the direction of all of you. So hold on, let me see. Yeah, so they will get to just about there. You see these humanoid-like creatures, sort of Piscine in their shape, but they have like tentacles. Some of them have tentacles coming off of their arms. Others have more like fins and gills. But from the north and south, there are a total of 4, but there are 2 individuals both coming from the north and south, swimming in the direction, kind of pincering in on that hallway. But that is as far as they can get. Yeah, that should be about right. Cool. All right. So that was their turn. Taking us to Aize.
I guess I should turn on my mic. Oh. I'll send Shribnus out. Flanking. She has enough movement for that, I think. She has like a 90 move underwater.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay, one more check. I will move up with Shribnus. Hang on one second. Well, she took the south side, so I'll go north. Okay. I'll move to here. I'll have Cherry spank the ooze.
All right, go for it.
Slam.
Oh. That actually, before Cherry does do that, as Cherry enters into the area of that pit within all of the runes, in fact, this would have applied to Volric as well, because your size large, you are spilling into the pit there. I actually need both of you to make saving throws for me. Hold on. Sorry, let me find wisdom saving throws, please, from both Cherry and Volric.
17.
17 fails.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
18.
You just make it, Volric. Just make it. So, I know. So Cherry, let me see what happens to Cherry. It might be fine. We'll see.
So as a reaction, I can do 4 of these. Yeah, I have an ability called Runic Shield.
Okay.
And, as a reaction, I can re-roll attacks and saving throws.
Okay.
So I'm going to allow Cherry to re-roll that. Actually, shit. You know what? No, I'm not. She's probably gonna miss it. It sounds like it's.
Don't bother.
It's
18.
That's a brutal saving throw. Yeah. Never mind. Carry on.
Okay. Well, Cherry, something is happening to Cherry. You see Cherry dart around to raise her fists up to slam into Skulfka, and suddenly you see Cherry the eyes sort of flicker and wince, and the whole form tense up and sort of reach up, the bubbles sort of forming around what would be sort of the head area. Unfortunately, Cherry loses her action.
Mm.
She still has movement and bonus action if she has any bonus actions.
I don't think.
And Volric, I'll wait for you. Is Cherry gonna do anything, Aize, or is that all Cherry can do?
She can't do any. Okay, so she can't attack at all?
No, she loses her attack action.
So no whelm either.
No.
Okay, there's no other actions that the elemental is capable of.
Okay. And Volric, what happened to you is you started to hear, and by the way, Volric, you are now immune to this effect for the next 24 hours, but as you were starting to enter within the kind of radius of this pit emanating all this energy, you started to hear whispers burble up within your mind, and it wasn't Skulfka's voice. There's something else piercing into your mind, this strange low, and you start to feel yourself becoming a bit overwhelmed and filled with dread, but it seems to have affected Cherry, and you were able to resist it. All right, so that was Cherry. Aize, anything? I don't think you used your action yet.
Nope. I will move Archive up. Hang on, 30 feet. Yeah, wow, this room is big.
Oh yeah.
Move Archive up. I can't see the interlopers on the map. So,
They were in the hallways that you swam out of. So you kind of swam out of their line of sight.
oh, okay. So
They were coming down the curved hallways from the north and south.
Did we bypass Torrance, by the way?
Nope.
all right. Yeah, she shot a
Shot her
roll
crossbow.
Oh, okay.
crossbow ball.
I'm so dumb.
All right. You did something to my beloved elemental, you vile creature. All right, here, this is for you. Well, I'm out of range. I'm throwing magic missile at 4th level.
Ooh, okay.
So, actually, okay, that's a 4.
Okay.
It's 3 plus 2nd, 3rd, 4th. It's 6 magic missiles total. So that's 1.
So that is already adding the +1. It looks like 3. So you rolled a 3. It looks like, and it added the +1.
Oh yeah, D4 plus 1. Yes.
Cool.
All right. This roll will be +5. 17 and 4, 21 points.
21 points of force damage. Minus 21. Nice. Skolthka lets out shrieks of pain. The body's still trying to... The body is looking like it's having a little bit of a hard time holding together, but it's still... There's still a lot of mass there. Awesome. Anything else for you, Aize?
Nope.
Okay.
Action and... hang on 1 second. Inventory. Actions, reaction. Nope, that's it.
All right. At the end of your turn, Skolthka's going to use his last legendary action to whip a tentacle out at... yeah, it's going to try to hit you, Volric. So here we go. You said you don't have your shield up?
I do have my shield. I'm not grappling.
You're not
So
grappling? Okay.
Yeah. I get a +1 because of my defensive flourish.
Cool.
So I have a 23 armor class.
23 armor class. Okay.
You also have advantage on dexterity checks right now.
Cool. Here we go. Oh man, 21 to hit, so it does not hit. Off the shield with a loud pang. Taking us to, that was the end of Aiza's turn. It is now Skolthka's turn. Skolthka. First thing Skolthka is going to do is cast a spell. As the energy starts to build around Skolthka.
I will cover that.
You'll counter it? Okay.
I love you guys.
Firing from the ring.
Okay.
Counterspell.
So what level counterspell?
3rd level counterspell.
All right, roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier to see if you can counter this.
So there we go. My intelligence modifier is plus. Yeah, I get confused by this because my saving throw bonus with intelligence.
You just add a +6, I guess, because you have a 22 intelligence.
That would be a 23.
Nice. Okay, so the spell fizzles. Skolthka lets out a shriek in frustration, and has an ability after casting a spell can now extend a pseudopod out to attack, but is gonna move. So go ahead, Volric. You can take an attack of opportunity as Skolthka.
My
Actually,
favorite.
let me think about this. Hold on.
No, go ahead.
Should this get one as well, though? Or is she completely unable to?
Ooh, that's a good question. Hold on, let me check.
I think you did say reaction earlier.
I just said action.
Excellent.
No, she still has a reaction, so she will be able to. But hold on, let me check something before I do this. Could go. Yeah, why not? So Skolthka lets out this shriek and is going to swim. Ooh, Skolthka could do that. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Skolthka is going to use his action to disengage. So, slipping out between Cherry and Volric, is going to swim up and above, probably right about here. Yeah, that'll do. Swimming up about, we'll say he's now 20 feet up. And it was 30 feet over? Yeah. So 20 feet up, 30 feet over. And then that was disengage movement. And we'll bonus action dash to be a total of 30 feet up and move just a touch closer right there. So 30 feet up, and is sort of like undulating and floating above you, Aize. And you see some of the tendrils whipping out and slapping onto the side of the column to kind of steady itself. Roland, you see this entity there roiling up above Aize and you see it starting to sort of tense up, and all of the mouths sort of shift around to the front to aim down towards you and Aize. But that was action, movement. Oh! Wait, he can't do that because he cast a spell. So, sorry. Okay, go ahead and take your attack of opportunity, Volric. You can, Volric and Cherry, you can take your attacks of opportunity, but he'll still do that.
By the way, don't forget, for both saving throws and attacks, we need to add that to Cherry.
That D4, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. So here we go.
Oh. That's actually a really good point. Okay, hold on. We might have to retcon something slightly. But, okay, yeah, let's get these attacks in. So, how much damage for Volric? 12?
It's 14 points.
14 points?
I have dueling, so it's 14.
Nice.
Roll the max damage.
And Cherry got 14 points as well.
I go, hey, where are you going?
So she gets a D4 on
right.
her
So she would have saved. She just needed to get an 18. So actually, go ahead and roll 2 more attacks for Cherry, because she would have. So I guess she tensed up, and then just as Skolthka darted away, she resisted from the bless from Aspen, and with 3 quick strikes, slams down on Skolthka.
That's a miss.
It actually is a hit. Skolthka's ooze form is not very hard to hit.
Okay.
I was gonna say I hit on a 15.
Yeah.
So.
Then that is also a hit.
Yes.
This is 46 points of damage total.
So for the other 2, it was just 34? 32 for the other 2, right? 16 and 16? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Just like my last album, nothing but hits.
Oh my god. So 2 solid strikes on Skolthka. 3 strikes, all getting carved into Skolthka. Skolthka is not looking great, sort of quivering there and trying to hold together. And the voice comes into all of your minds. No matter. They'll be here very soon. And upon saying that, you all hear this low, deep sound coming from the pit. This bassy sound that rumbles throughout your entire body. This as something massive is starting to rise up from the darkness. Okay, that was Skolthka. It is now Aspen's turn.
Oh, yeah, it's me. All right, so
Finish him, devil child!
and let's do another second level chromatic orb on these 2 guys using twinning. She's gonna twin it.
Twin it, okay.
So it'll cost her the same level as a spell.
Oh, the 2 guys that are coming up from the south?
Actually,
Cool.
let's make this 3rd level because she doesn't want these guys to be too fresh.
Okay.
So I'll knock off the sorcery points in a second. Let me just attack.
And sorry, this is what spell? The chromatic orb again?
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, so level 2. Actually, no, level 3. That's right. Shit. You know what? We're gonna do level 2. I don't know what's gonna happen here. So
Okay, level 2. So does 4d8 if this hits. 23 will hit.
Yeah. And looks like
So 14.
16 points for each.
You gotta roll the hit for both, right?
Oh, okay. I thought it was 1 roll for both. Gotcha. Let's do it again. So, other one. Oops, that's level 1. I need to add a dice.
17, okay.
17?
I don't think it is is it rolling at a second level for that other one?
Yeah, because the high. See how it said the 2?
3d8, 2. Oh, okay.
So I need to just roll 1 more d8
Got
for
it.
the second one.
Okay.
Takes an extra 4, so it's
Nice. Okay.
damage of 16 and 17.
16 and 17. Okay. So 16 points to one of them and 17 to the other. Okay. They're still barely swimming along. That was 2 solid hits on these little minions, but they're still swimming.
Okay. She's going to move side by side. So how tall is the corridor? Is there a way that the two of them can block at least as far as they can have people underneath and on the top of them?
Not really. The corridors, the ceilings are 15 feet for the archways, and the room you're in, the big council chamber, the ceiling is 60 feet up.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Okay, so let me see how far she moved. She was here. 15. Okay, so she swims up by rolling. She says, "We have a few minions behind us. Watch out."
Okay.
Move an extra 10 feet here. I don't want her getting flanked.
All right. Cool. That at the end of Aspen's turn, Skulthka's going to use a legendary action to use the necrotic ink blast out towards Aize, Roland, and Aspen. So those mouths eject out in a 30-foot cone this inky black substance that burns your skin and lungs and eyes. I need you all to make Constitution saving throws for me.
$25.
25, okay. That was for Aspen. Aspen succeeds. 10 for Aize. That is a failure.
15.
15 is also a failure. So, Aize and Roland, you take 19 points of necrotic damage, and you are blinded by the necrotic ink that sprays across you. You... Also, I need both of you to make another Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on your spells.
Got it.
I have Battlecaster, is it?
Warcaster, yeah, so you have
Okay.
advantage.
So 2 rolls. There's 1. That was a 1. Okay, we're not keeping that.
Ooh, it's an 8.
I don't. That's an 8.
An 8 for you? Okay, so the enhance ability spell drops. You don't have Warcaster, do you?
No.
Okay, so the enhance ability spell unfortunately drops.
Stop the hit points?
No, or do they still have the hit points? Or do they lose
Oh,
those?
that damage burned through my temporary hit points.
Right, but do the others who had the hit points?
Let me read that really quickly.
If it was part of the spell, I would think not.
Let's see.
How much does Aspen have? Damage?
Aspen succeeded, right? So Aspen only takes... And Aspen is resistant to necrotic damage, I believe. Or maybe not anymore?
Yeah, she is.
She is?
Well,
Okay.
that's she told me in her message.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she takes... It would be only 10 points... Or sorry. It would only be 9 points of necrotic damage, which is then reduced to 4. So 4 points of necrotic damage. So nothing. Oh, but Aspen does need to make a Constitution saving throw as well, because she's concentrating on Bless.
Piece of cake.
Oh, yeah. Easy. So, Roland, while you look that up... Oh, wait, actually, no. We do need to resolve that, because it's your turn.
Yeah. 10 hit points go away when the spell ends.
Got it,
So
okay.
those are gone.
10 hit points disappear from the crowd. And Roland, with that, as you suddenly feel this burning all throughout your body, and as you blink your eyes, you can't see anything. Everything is darkness. You are blinded. It is now your turn.
Okay. It's alright. She doesn't necessarily need to see. But she's pretty mad. And she's going to cast dissonant whispers on Skulka in the last space in which she believed she saw her, and normally it's glitter, fireworks, magic, and now it is like just strobe, like black light going off like a ray out of her hands, and she's like, no, right, and fires it off.
Okay.
We're gonna fire it off at first level, and they need to make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
All right, here we go. Ooh, that is a 13.
That doesn't cut it. Sorry.
But I'm sorry. This is a legendary creature. He is
No.
going to burn a legendary resistance to resist this, as the spell washes over, and you do sense it taking hold, and you hear the whisper coming into your mind of Skulka. Oh, this one's new. No, I will not fall prey to your tricks. How does Skulka still take damage though?
Half damage.
Yeah, she'll take half damage.
Okay.
So, which is still gonna be pretty bad because it's 3d6.
Okay.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 4 damage that they're gonna take.
Okay, got it. 4 damage.
You dead? Did we kill it?
No, he's still alive. Taking us to Duthene. Duthene will swim up 30 feet to be in line with Skulka. And kind of, I guess, so 30 or like 20 and 5 over 25 feet, whatever. Doesn't matter. She's pretty much in line with Skulka there. And she's going to do the same thing. She's going to use her coordinated strike, giving Volric advantage on attack rolls against Skulka, and fire her light crossbow. Ooh, she hits with another 27, dealing 9, which is reduced to 4, and 11 points of her coordinated strike damage. Nice, Skulka's looking real hurt. On initiative count 20, though, something happens. Volric, you're starting to feel that bass sound sort of burble up inside your body even more, and almost feel like the ground itself is starting to vibrate ever so slightly, and that deep, deep, low sound
I think we woke
starts
the baby.
burbling up, and all of you let's see.
I don't like that. Why?
I know. Okay, so Roland, you're just out of range. There is a sudden pulse of energy from the pit. This blue-green energy sort of blasts outward. Yeah, Volric, you feel it kind of press against you with a bit of pressure as you extend your hands up. All of you need to make intelligence saving throws for me, please.
Ah, my specialty.
Oh, I'm so good at that.
That would be a 30.
Oh yeah, you succeed. Duthene fails.
Is this a charm?
No, this is not a charm,
Okay.
unfortunately.
17.
17, that is a failure. I know.
Here we go.
Brutal saves.
Rude.
I'm nowhere near
In the
this.
final encounter. Oh no, Volric, that's a failure. Cherry needs to make one as well.
Volric, did you add the D4?
I did not, but I assume what did I roll?
A 12?
Well, okay, let me add my D4. Thank you. I totally forgot about that. Everyone should be adding if they're not. Thank you. Oh, actually, not everybody, but the three of us.
Oh, Duthine, yeah. Well, Duthine rolled way too low. No, yeah, Volric, no. Oh no! Sherry got a -1!
Oh, she has the intelligence of, what is water elemental? -3, yeah.
Oh,
I think 5.
Alright,
Hey,
so
Rourke, am I supposed to also be adding in a D4?
I don't think
Or no?
Roland got a.
Okay.
Oh wait, Roland, you didn't need to make the save. You were just outside of the range, so you're fine.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But Aspen needs to make a save, an intelligence saving throw. So let's see that save from Aspen. But those of you that failed, so it would be Volric and Cherry, and let's see what Aspen gets, take 12 points of psychic damage. And Aspen, let's see what Aspen... Oh, and you take 6 points, Aize. Did you roll the save for Aspen, Volric?
Oh, I did not. Sorry.
Okay,
My bad.
sorry. I was... I figured I should check because...
Yeah, I keep forgetting. When you say Aspen, I'm like...
I should just say Volric or Eric make another save. So yeah, an intelligence save for Aspen. Yeah, Aspen is just within the range of it. Slamming into Aspen. And 11, that'll fail. So go ahead. Aspen also takes 12 points of psychic damage. I need Aspen and Aize to both make Constitution saving throws as that energy and damage hits you.
She has advantage, by the way. She also has Warcaster.
Nice, okay. 17, that's fine. Yeah, Aspen succeeds. Aize, let's see if you hold on to it.
It's 12 points each? 13 points each?
13.
Oh, yeah, easy.
A D4 as well.
Yeah, you're fine. You succeed as well.
Are those 10 hit points gone?
Those 10 hit points from the enhance ability are gone, yes.
Okay.
So, that takes us to Volric as that energy subsides, and what you heard in your mind was sort of a high-pitched shriek and wail that then subsided into abyssal whispers in your mind as the energy subsided. But it is now your turn, Volric.
Someone give that baby a pacifier. All right. 1 damage. I have to take some damage first. All right. How far away am I from Skolka?
Skolka is 30 feet up, so you're,
Okay.
yeah, you're like, you're within range, I'd say.
Okay. All right. Anyway, back to the task at hand.
Oh, Volric, is your enlarge ability? That's not concentration, right?
It is not. That
Okay,
just
cool.
happens.
Cool.
So for my bonus action, I'm going to invoke my Storm Giant rune, which is the one that's going to allow me for the next 10 turns. It's going to allow me to do all the different reaction for saving throws and all these other things.
Cool.
So I'll kick that into effect, and I'll move up 30, and I'm going to slice twice.
Okay.
By the way, you remember Rin, that archer? She's a friend of mine. I took that personally.
Oh, so you are swimming up to Skolka?
Huh? Yep,
Okay,
yep.
Cool.
Yeah, move up.
And yeah, you have advantage on these attacks because of Duthine.
There you go.
As you say that, Skolka's voice pierces into your mind. Oh, yes, she was so close to being mine. I can sense the past between the two of you. And the final thing that Skolka starts to say as you slash out at Skolka, oh, I don't think things are going well for Rin on the surface.
You shut up, silly face! Yeah. What I got there?
definitely hits. How much damage?
Uh, looks like 17 points.
Okay.
And attack number 2. I say, I take it you're not married, because you're awfully annoying. Go. Second one. Yeah, 22. So 11 more points. So 17.
11 does the...
minus 4 for the giant smite. It's only for one attack. So it's 7 points for the second one. Total is 24 points over the 2 rounds, over the 2 attacks.
Okay. Volric, you swim up to Skulthka, sword drawn. How do you kill Skulthka's ooze form as you drive your sword towards them?
You know, I hated myself for not being there for my friends. Well, I'm here now, sucker! Rawr! I just cut him in half, just with so much force. He just kind of dissipates in all these different pieces and kind of floats in all directions.
Yeah, as the momentum carries you and the sword slices through, cutting Skulthka clean in half. The ooze spraying out against the wall and upwards. You see the mouths and the eyeballs on the 2 separate halves sort of drifting off, one down, one up. All the eyes sort of locked with you, Volric, looking at you, and you still hear the voice coming through your mind. At least I get to see them rise. And as the eyes sort of gently list towards the pit, with the last little bit of consciousness that Skulthka has, you all see and feel something massive rumbling in the ground below you, and you see rising up out of the darkness a single slick black tentacle covered in barbs, towering up above Cherry a good 15 feet, 20 feet as it rises up. Is that the end of your turn, Volric?
Yeah, I give my bonus action, my movement, and my 2 attacks.
Okay, at the end of your turn, whatever is in the pit uses one of its legendary actions to bring that tentacle down onto Cherry for a 17 to hit. That hits? Okay. As the tentacle slams down onto Cherry.
I'm going to go and use my reaction.
Okay.
So again, I have both Runic Shield and the Storm rune. This one, actually, you know what? Shoot, I can just use. They're kind of redundant because I just use it every once per round for reaction. So I'm not going to use the Runic Shield, which has charges. Use the other one because it's good for 10 rounds. So please re-roll the attack.
Re-roll the attack. Okay.
Using my reaction.
That's a 26 to hit. So as the tentacle rises up and slams down onto Cherry, dealing 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
That's half.
Yeah, it is halved. And is Cherry immune to being grappled?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Let me list it here. Condition immune, exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, prone, restrained, unconscious.
Okay. So then it just slams through the water as it kind of spreads outwards and then reforms into Cherry. And that tentacle just gently drifts down into the pit, and you all hear that sound even louder now. All right, that was your turn, Volric. It's now the minions in the hallway. Name of my next band. As they come swimming.
Could you mark Skothka as a corpse so we feel better about him?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
And you do indeed, Aize, see that goo just starting to dissipate and the eyeballs starting to kind of dissolve into the black goo. This time you do see Skulthka's body dissolve. Yes, actually, that is a good point. Let me double check. I believe you do see. I think it's like at the end of your turn.
I'm fine. I'll look through archive.
Yeah. So you're fine now. At the end of your turn, the blindness dissipates.
Oh, okay, good. So
and
I'm dead.
Just takes the ink and like smears it like war paint on now.
Nice. So yeah, the minions. You watch as the minions, Roland. You see these creatures come swimming towards you down the hall. As they come swimming towards the hall, and they hear that sound coming from the pit. And all the minions sort of come to an abrupt stop. And you see their eyes going wide in the darkness here, being reflected off the bioluminescent flora and the glints of volcanic vents off in the hallways. And they seem to be looking afraid, looking around into that chamber, hesitating for but a moment. But they had to use their movement and action just to get up to you, Roland. At the end of their turn... yeah, no, that's it. Okay, Aize, you are up.
Alrighty. Oh, there they are. Okay, hang on. Let me move this over a bit. I couldn't see where the minions were.
Yeah, they were swimming down, like, from those two hallways from the north and south to converge on you.
Alright. I'll move this way. Just so that I can get a good look at them. Actually, you know what? Yeah, this is good. And I'll keep Archive moving that way. Whoop. Archive, get a good look at that monster, please.
Okay. Are you sure? As Archive goes drifting towards the pit.
I just want to know when it comes up. Give us a shout.
All right. Where are you moving? Is that as far as Archive can go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Check. I'll have her come down. Actually, I'll go first.
Yeah.
And we're going to detonate a fireball to catch these 4 idiots.
Okay, yeah, you could definitely do that and not hit Roland.
And I'll set it for Force.
Force, okay. So they all make dex saves. Here we go.
Hang on. Oh, okay. Casting.
They all fail.
24 points of damage. Well, DC 18.
Oh yeah, they all fail. 2 of them immediately scatter with the blast into the water, turning into chunks. Thankfully, you're in water, Roland, so it doesn't splatter against you. It just kind of loses momentum, and you see bits and chunks of these creatures go gently drifting past you from the blast.
I honestly don't know if this is worse. I really don't.
The other 2 are barely holding together from that one hit.
Whoosh!
So Nate, that was 24 points. Okay, nice.
Charybdis will move. I think she has enough movement. Actually, let me check. 90 underwater.
At the start of Charybdis' turn, she needs to make another saving throw for me as she's starting it within the bounds of that circle.
But she already made it.
I thought. Oh, she did. You're right. It's just she's immune for 24 hours. Thank you. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
All right, no worries. All right, I'll have Cherry come down here. Sorry.
As Cherry darts away from the pit, one of those tentacles suddenly whips out for an attack of opportunity, slamming out towards Cherry for a 20 to hit, dealing 14 points of bludgeoning damage, so 7, as it slams into Cherry as she darts away from the pit.
Okay, she's down to 88. And she'll do one slam on each of these 2.
Go for it.
This is for you. 1 for you. Oh, darn it.
So yeah, 9 will it miss? These guys are pretty, well, that barely misses, but it misses.
Okay, again. 19.
Oh yeah. So with that, one of them, there's now only 1 left, but one of them is slammed down and crushed into the ground, and then gently starts to drift upwards in a collection of bubbles and blood. All right. That was Cherry.
Both of us, yes. Actually,
Oh yeah, that was both of you. And then for archive, go ahead and just roll a perception roll for me using your perception to see what you can see in the darkness.
okay. B. Not much.
An 8. Yeah, archive drifting over in the direction of the pit. It's strange, Aize. Archive you've never felt fear coming through archive, and this is the first time you feel like fear that isn't your own with your bonded connection with archive. It's rather odd. But archive drifting towards it, through the vision of archive, all you really see right now is that pulsing green energy and just an abyssal dark pit that goes down for God knows how far, and there's something massive writhing and moving just out of sight. You see tentacles kind of every once in a while just coursing up above the lip of the pit. Is that it for you, Aize?
That thing is big. Here, hang on, I'm going to see if I have any movement left. I'm starting to think, yeah, I'm going to move down here. I don't want to be close to that pit. Just yet. And I tell Archive, just stay there for now and come back.
Okay, I will.
I feel your unease, my friend.
Okay.
I can hear your unease, my friend.
Is that it for you, Aize?
Yep.
All right. So, as we come to what would have been Skulka's turn, which is now the turn of this new creature.
Rest in peace, Skulka.
What little bit of consciousness is left in Skulka's writhing mouths and eyeballs that are starting to go limp? You all just hear Skulka's voice. There's my child. As the last mouth goes limp and the eyes just gently drift off, and you see tentacles as a slick form of sort of pale inky white, or pale milky white skin that goes into these almost fins of dark blue, almost black fins that extend off the side of this smooth cylindrical head almost that's sort of rising up out of the pit. The ends of the tentacles are a dark inky blue black that are pushing this being up and out. You see this squid-like form, massive eyes. Each eye is probably almost the size of Volric in diameter. Not in size large, sorry. The size of a 6 foot, 7 foot person. But they are a deep blood red with a inky black swirling pupil. As the eyes adjust and look around the room, you all can see that pulsing on the side of the head of this creature is almost like a scar. It's almost carved into the flesh, and it looks angry and blistered and throbbing. Is a swirl of Tharizdun spiraling outwards, down, and kind of up and around the eyes of this thing. Gently drifting out of these bulbous eyes are black rivulets of inky goo. And the massive kraken reveals itself as it pulls itself up. You see a massive beak underneath the tentacles that kind of pulls upwards. And you all hear in your heads through a telepathic connection.
Yes. More toys for me to play with. How delightful. Why don't you run? It makes it more fun.
And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. We're going to do a shorter session tonight because we do not have Space with us, and I would love for Space to be here with us for this finale. please join us next week. Next week will be the finale of the show as our heroes face off against the Avatar of Tharizdun, this kraken that has risen itself out of this abyssal pit. And yeah, we look forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you next week.
Nathan, speaking of Kraken, do you know that I knew a Kraken who quit smoking? It was Davy Johnson.
Oh my god. Okay, well, on that note, yes, please join us next week for the finale.
Chris's reaction.
Please join us next week for the finale. Scottish Jeff really liked it. And yeah, I'll just reiterate one more time here, and I'll say it one more time at the very end. Next week will be my last show here on Dress to Quest, and maybe on Gen Con TV for the foreseeable future. We'll see. I might come back sometime, but for now, it will be my last show. It's been wonderful, but I'll say a little more next week. So, see you all next week. Have a lovely night. Goodbye.
Bye.
Nathan, you're leaving? What?